It's on our website. The 5 questions that Andreas was referring to when US companies are expanding to Europe are: why should you expand? When should you expand? Where to expand to? How to sort out the product market fit, and then how to hire. Those are the 5 questions that we kind of drove the report around. And to thank you for the challenge of doing it the other way. I will tell you that I'm partially cheating because we actually republished a 90-page guide on how to expand from Europe to the US about 3.5 years ago. So I might be even more of an expert on that. But so for any of the European-based companies who are looking to expand into the US, highly recommend reading that guide. You'll also find it in the report section of our website. And it effectively, just to go, but it's not laid out in the same way. So to set myself out in a challenge, I'll answer the 5 questions in reverse. So the first is why you should expand into the US. I touched on this a little bit in the last question. If you're a B2B company, the US is a larger market for B2B software than Europe. So straight away, you should be expanding your market all the time if you're a globally ambitious founder. Secondly, US companies are far less risk averse than European companies. So they are much more likely to want to work with an up and coming company rather than a big, large, SAP Salesforce incumbent. And so, you are more likely to get someone to convert into your customer. Lead times are shorter, average contract sizes are higher. And so why wouldn't you expand into the US? And we really try to encourage our companies to do that as soon as they can. When to expand? That's a really big question. And that can depend on the type of company you are, whether you're a large enterprise company, whether you're targeting, small SMEs, that can be something that could be at different times. What we find is that for most of the large enterprise companies, it tends to be in between Series A and Series B is the right time. They tend to have the resources, the team, and the time to do that. For companies targeting SMEs, we say, you should be starting right away because you can actually target a lot of those SMEs without even having people on the ground. And so we tend to see that more happening right after the seed round. That's kind of when to expand. And then kind of where to expand. We always say to focus on 2 things. Where are your customers? Where are your potential hires? So look at the team that you need to build, look at the customers you're trying to target. And oftentimes, almost always, those 2 things will be in the same place.